Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the closing bell here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick from the Cusick Group. Securities offered by MoneyBlock, here to wrap up all of today's action. And there was a decent amount today. It looks like we may be having setting up by the election, sell the inauguration kind of setup. But when you take a look at the markets today, you had them pretty much so down solidly after what was looking to be a pretty promising upside day. The Dow Jones closed at 19,732, down 0.3%, almost 0.4%. The Nasdaq closed down to 5,540, down almost 0.3%. The S&P 500 closed down about 0.3% at 2263.69, and the Russell 2000, that mighty small cap, that high beta, domestically centric index, finished the day at 1345.74, down 0.94%. That has been leading to the downside. That's where the weakness came in. And the action came in on mixed volume. In New York, basically in line with average, but in the tech sector and in the Nasdaq, it was higher than average. You had almost 1.8 billion shares trading versus an average of 1.6 billion on the Nasdaq. You had decliners outpacing advancers again today on both the New York and the Nasdaq, and you had new highs outpacing new lows. So we see that. Now, where did we see some relative strength? Well, after the dollar started to pull back a little bit off of its highs, we saw softs, the commodity space, start to move to the upside, specifically taking a look at coffee, look at the ETF JO, almost up 1%, 0.94%. Cotton was up. BAL is the ETF, up 0.93%. We also saw volatility come back into the market. VXX was up almost 0.9% at 0.86%. You did see the shipping sector up. That could have been because of what we saw in the transports, specifically in the railroads. But SEA is the shipping ETF, traded up about almost 0.9% at 0.85%. We saw copper continuing to move to the upside. COPX was up 0.75%. And with the move in the commodity space, specifically the metals, we saw that the Australian dollar started to firm up. FXA is the ETF that tracks the Australian dollar if you don't have access to the currencies or the FX markets. That was up 0.6%. And the British pound sterling was also up. It continued its strength. We saw that this morning, especially after the more dovish comments that were coming out of the ECB and after their policy statement, up 0.5%. Where we did see some weakness, though, was in sugar. Sugar was down about 4.7%. Take a look at SGG, the ETF that tracks sugar. We also saw weakness in cocoa. At ticker symbol NIB is the ETF, down about 3.9%. And then we saw rare earth metals down about 2.1%. We've seen that uranium has been under pressure, uranium stocks, and these rare earth metals are starting to exude that weakness as well. We're going to watch that very closely. And we also saw that retail. XRT was down about 1.9%. We've definitely had some mixed earnings guidance coming out especially from the traditional retailers. Speaking about events and what's been going on, we talked about in Tech Talk 3 names that had earnings. And some of the more notable names that we discussed were American Express. Now, taking a look at American Express after hours, right now American Express is trading at $76.15, down about 54 cents. Now, when we looked at it at Tech Talk about an hour ago, we were anticipating that the stock could move either up or down around $3.30. That's priced in for today, and it's also a $3.70 estimated range going in for the next 8 days. So they came in within line. Bottom line is that the stock is down slightly. We're going to watch American Express very closely. IBM trading right now at 164, down about $2.81. Now, this was down a little bit deeper, but we're pricing in the potential for this underlying to be either up or down into earnings of about $5.70. It was down about 4 and some change, really challenging that downside. So we're going to watch that very closely. It was 5% away from its 52-week high, but pulling back in the after hours. And then you have Skyworks. Now, Skyworks does have a relationship with Apple, and Skyworks actually finished Earnings were good. Stock is up $5.30 at 84.43 right now. We're pricing in the potential for this stock to be as high as $83 on the upside. That's what we were talking about an hour ago. Go back and check out Tech Talk. So the bulls are definitely in control here in Skyworks. That also has boosted Apple after hours. Apple is up slightly after the earnings announcement from Skyworks. All right, folks, that's it for right now for the closing bell. We're going to have plenty to talk about tomorrow morning. It is Inauguration Day. We're going to see what's going to happen there. Till then, join us and on MarketStream.live tomorrow morning, bright and early, 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central. And check out the archives, folks. There's a ton of great information. I was talking about these earnings, plus all the action that's going on. I give you these critical ranges, support and resistance levels. We're percolating some ideas here, folks, and we have a lot coming. So please stay tuned here at MarketStream.live. Have a great evening.